Hi, y'all. Welcome to Camp Creek. This is Sally on Camp Creek. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my table. Welcome to my yarny craziness. And it's been a little bit crazy this week. I am very excited for you to stop by for a few minutes. And it's going to be a few minutes because my crazy phone is being really crazy. I just wanted to do an update on some works in progress. I haven't started anything new because I'm going to finish some of this. First of all, I have buried my washcloth. This is my second or third or fifth try at this tonight. And yesterday I was completely done and my phone fell on the floor. So that didn't go well. First of all, I want to share with you this. It doesn't look like much, but don't ever despise small beginnings, right? This is I believe this is sugar and cream. That's what that is. It's random out of my stash, cotton. And this is a size 7. Notice these don't match. We don't know why that is, but they don't. I believe these needles came from the Dollar General store. The other one's in the bucket somewhere out there. And I had different colors because I was working with one of my grandkids knitting, and this is one from Walmart. But that is 35 stitches across, and this is supposed to be 7 rows of garter to make this washcloth. These end up about this size, not real big, and they're just nice. They're just a nice little washcloth. This is a leisure art book. I actually bought this to make a baby blanket. I was going to knit these, and I still may do that someday. Kitchener stitched them all together. I think that's what got me scared. Was the idea of doing that. But they're just very pretty. You can't see them from the camera very well, but that's what that is. And I would like to have I had 60 washcloths the last time I started giving them away. So I would like to have about 100 this time. And that's my plan. But I had more time to knit back then because I had fewer grandkids and they were smaller. Oh, I got something in my eye. Pardon me. Oh, my goodness. Never rub your eye. It's a very bad idea. I showed you this last time, too. But I have made progress and ripped progress out because I have had some trouble. Had some trouble, sister. This is the mesh shawl with the shell increase on each side. And I had quite a bit of this done, but my tension, I've had so much trouble with my tension. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because life is busier, more stressful, or less stressful, or I don't know. It's just, I've just had more trouble with it lately. This is this yarn balled up. This is what it looks like hanging on the shelf. It's very pretty. It's very soft. It's merino and lyocell, which I'm sure is, the plastic we got to have in everything. 50% superwash merino, but I believe you could make socks out of this. Cloudy indigo, and it's Yarn Bee Authentic Hand-Dyed Blend. I bought this for myself for my anniversary a couple years ago. And I needed some simple knitting to take fishing with my grandsons. Oh my goodness, I've got these 2 grandsons. Let me tell you about them. They are amazing, amazing. Noah is very much a cartoonist. He can come up with a story. I mean, his story about Metal Man is just amazing. He's been telling the story of Metal Man. He's a superhero for years and years, and he just comes up with these things, these wonderful episodes of Metal Man. Metal Man did this and Metal Man did that. It's quite fun. But he's just a keeper. And then his brother Isaac is a little bit younger than him, and he is, oh my goodness, he is like Mr. Protection, Mr. Protector. He's always taking care of everybody. He loves the babies and take care of the babies. When my little granddaughter's around, he'll just follow her around, make sure she doesn't bump her head or stub her toe. Just such sweet boys, and they're just so well behaved, you know. The little one's kind of ornery, and the big one's kind of ornery too. Okay, so they're both kind of ornery, but they just mind really good, and they love their grandma. So, you know, they're pretty amazing. I haven't taught them to knit yet, but I'm working on it. I've got my oldest granddaughter. She's knitting a little bit, and so, you know, my plan is that they will all be knitters or crocheters. My middle granddaughter is definitely going to be able to crochet or knit because she wants to do everything the big kids do. So when she sees them trying it half-heartedly, she gets all the way in there, you know, hook, line, and sinker, so to speak. So anyway, we went fishing, and this is what I did. And then when I got home, I was listening to the Chronicles of Narnia, and my tension got off because that can be really exciting in some places. I think there's a skeeter eating me up. I don't know. I'm using a Susan Bates G to do this. It calls for, of course, much smaller, but I wanted my drape to be nice on it. If it ever gets any bigger than this, if it, you know, such a simple pattern, why do I keep having to rip it out? Well, maybe because it's so simple, I'm not sure. So, I had said that I learned that pattern from Fiber Spider, but then I went back and actually I couldn't find it on there. So, I may have got that pattern from someone else. But the idea is that you use a simple pattern when you have a busy yarn if you want the yarn to display over the pattern. So that's why I chose that. Anyway, I just love Fiber Spider. I just love his tutorials. Now this, I have not showed you. I'm going to stand up. Okay. This is my Tammy sweater. Krista, Secret Yarnery, did a tutorial for this. And it was a breast cancer awareness project. So everybody's was pink stripes. And I should have done pink stripes, but I did this just this summer. I started it, not last winter, I guess. And I really like this yarn. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's Rustic Romantic, and it's 220 yards, 3.5 ounces. And it's a J hook, which I did not. I used an H. And Knitting Needles calls for a 7. That's amazing, isn't it, that it would call for a 6 millimeter crochet hook and a 4.5 millimeter knitting needle, because that knitting needle size seems small to me for the crochet, but whatever. You know, once again, gauge. I just played with this till I got the kind of the feel of it, and I used several hooks, and I settled on an H hook. This is the tighter edge. This is the looser edge, and you do start this off with a chainless foundation chain. As you can see here, you see that little fuzziness? That happened because one of the grandkids got some Velcro too close to it, but I can fix that. I could actually make that the inside, turn it right side out, but I think I can shave that off, and then I'm going to put a band on it, ribbing, crocheted ribbing, and it needs pockets. And it's got these big dolman sleeves. I think one dolman sleeve might be a little bit bigger than the other. I don't know how that happened. Doesn't matter. I don't care. But it's a super easy pattern, and if you want something easy that you can wear, and you like the dolman sleeves, I like the dolman sleeves. I like that. Then I would recommend this pattern. The tutorial was fun to watch. Krista is very precise, but not complicated in her explanations. And she does go over things several times. Her videos are very clear. Like Fiber Spider's videos are very clear, so you can see what the hands are doing all the time, and I like that. That helps a lot. So anyway, this was fun, and I would like to make me another one. I will say this yarn is a tad bit itchier than I expected it to be. If it is too itchy before long, I will dismantle it and turn it into an Afghan because it does match my living room. And I have lots of this because I kept buying a little more, so I kept thinking I wasn't going to have it. I would bump into it when I was with my daughter, and I think, oh, I'll just get 2 more. And then when I got them all together, I had more than enough. So this did come from Hobby Lobby. The color is Red Rhodes. It was $5.49, but I bought it on sale. They used to have the coupon. They're not doing that now. So you have to make sure you buy it whenever you got that 40% off all the yarn, or it's too expensive. It's 85% acrylic and 15% hemp, and that is probably the little white fleck in it. So it's a nice yarn. Like I said, when I first put it on, it doesn't feel scratchy, but the longer I have it on, it's a little scratchy. But I so much like that color. I'm just going to show you my sock. I did make a little bit of progress on my sock. Just a little. Whoop. I shouldn't keep more than one sock project in a bag. I know, that's logical, but for some reason. This is my flannel. This is called Flannel, and it's Serenity by Premier, and it's superwash and merino and rayon and nylon, I believe. 50 and 25 and 25. I'm noticing right at this spot. Do you see that? Do you notice that? I'm not ripping it out. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but right through this area, my tension, again, is a little tight. Right through here. I can tell when it's just hanging. Now that will block out. And that is right where that transitions from the gusset stitches to the foot. But I'm on a quest to get better tension. So take note. These are I believe a size 1, and they are just inexpensive DPNs. They bend so easily. I would like to buy a nice set of DPNs that don't bend. Mine always bend. Anyone can recommend some metal DPNs. I have some wooden ones and I break them. Obviously, I'm holding things too tight. But I have some beautiful ones that are in a set, and I broke like 3 of them. So I quit using them. They were wooden with the metal tips, and I think they were, I can't remember what brand they were. It's been so long ago. But the whole thing is, the whole setup is beautiful in here, and then I keep breaking them. So metal works best for me, but I also tend to bend them. So if someone knows of a good brand that's got a fairly sharp tip without being a sharp, I don't like a dull tip, but I don't want the super sharp tip either. Let me know, because I would invest in some. I like wooden ones, and I have a lot of wooden ones, and if I'm knitting socks while I'm driving in the car, I will use wooden ones. I didn't tell you about this yarn. I got this yarn at Walls for, I don't know, less than $1 maybe, in Muskogee when I was fishing. And I wish I'd have bought more, but I have so much sock yarn that I just feel like I shouldn't buy more when I see it like that. Pardon me. Pardon me. Anyway, bless me, Lord. This is in the colorway Copper, and this is Patton's Croy sock yarn, and it's a little thicker. I made a lot of these socks for my husband too, and he always felt like these were nice for like a boot sock, but he liked the thinner sock for his work shoes. And these are a size 2, and like I said, these are boy, and these I believe are, well, those may just, I don't know what these are. But these are Hobby Lobby brand, and they do bend. They really do bend. So let me know. Comment below and let me know what's a good one. Well, that's all I have to show you. I'm hoping next week I will have more. This empty bucket was supposed to have plums in it. I was going to tell you all about my plum picking adventure, but a lady at the Dollar General had a kid who needed to make plum jelly for the fair, and she was going on vacation, and I said, oh, you know what, I'll bring you some plums. So I ended up taking all my plums I picked in the last 2 days to the lady at the Dollar General. But that's a lot of plum picking. I swore up and down I wasn't going to pick plums for anybody else, but then one of the ladies at church said, I sure wish I could get out and get some plums, but I just can't walk on that unsteady ground anymore. And I said, oh, I'll bring you some plums. So I'm still got plums to pick for the ladies, different ladies. But that's okay because I love to pick plums, so it's all right. We have beautiful sand plums this year, and I'm very blessed and grateful to have sand plums on my property, and it's wonderful to get to pick them, and it's nice even to get to pick them for somebody else. So I'm going to let you go because my phone is going to tell me I have exceeded my limit. I tell you, it's just like having your mother listening on your telephone call. You've been on that phone for 14 minutes, 24 seconds, and your time is up. My mom was very sweet, but she did have limits on those things when we were growing up. So I've learned. If someone says, okay, you've said enough, it's time to be quiet, then it's probably time. Anyway, check out Krista and Fiber Spider if you're looking for good tutorials. And keep on stitching. Smile makes everything better. God bless.